So UFC is back this weekend in Abu Dhabi, and this fight night is one of the most stacked fight nights in recent memory. Robert Whittaker versus Reina Derrida. Without further ado, let's get into the fights. We have the first fight of the night, which is going to be Martin Buday versus Marcus Buchecha. Hope I'm not butchering, but anyway, if you watch one, you know about Buchecha, very good jiu-jitsu. I mean, even if you just didn't know about the jiu-jitsu scene, Marcus Buchecha is a very good jiu-jitsu artist. Uh, yeah, he's very, very good when it comes to the jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, he's big as well. He's a big dude, athletic as well. We don't really have any of these like in shape heavyweights. So whenever there's an in shape heavyweight, it's always a keep your eye out on this guy. Typically just gets the fights done with the submissions. As you can see, he does have a ground and pound finish over Simon Carson, but Carson took that on very short notice. You might recognize that name. He's the coach of Jack Jenkins at Absolute MMA, and he was also a lot smaller than Buchecha. But Buchecha, had a competitive fight with Umar Kane, who is Reng Reng. I think that's Reng Reng. Rug, sorry. So, and that guy's on a pretty good run of things at the moment. I think that he's going to be able to get Martin Buday. I don't know if I rate Buchecha too highly, but I mean, look at Volker Walker. He's literally just heel hooking people, and he's probably going to be ranked in another fight or two. So, just with how low level heavyweight grappling is, I imagine Buchecha is going to get this one done pretty damn easily. I want to say easily. It could get a bit troubling because Buday, to the best of my knowledge, has never been taken down in a fight, but also, one of them was just Shamil Gaziev just wanting to beat the shit out of him on the feet. He should have lost to Andrei Arlovsky as well. That's also worth mentioning. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Marcus Buchecha, and I think he's gonna get a submission here. Then we have Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nugent. This is actually very tough. I actually don't know where I'm gonna lean with this fight. Yahya is just awful though. He is really, really bad. He doesn't have a good gas tank. But Nugent, he beats AJ Cunningham. I don't really rate that too highly. I'm going to go Nugent. I am worried because this is in Yahya's hometown, home country, home city, whatever you want to say. So it does worry me that it might just rob him. But I'm going to go Stephen Nugent. I think he'll chin Muhammad Yahya. I mean, if he's chinning AJ Cunningham, I'm sure he's able to chin Muhammad Yahya, who I rate maybe even worse than AJ Cunningham. Plus, he's coming down a weight class. He wasn't already skilled at a higher weight class. I imagine he's not going to be any more skilled moving down. Lighter man skills are a real thing, typically. And featherweights typically are a lot better than lightweights. So I'm going to go Stephen Nugent here. Then we have Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elkiana. Elkiana, not too bad. He's not bad. He had a good performance against Bogdan Guskov. Ended up getting finished in that fight by guillotine choke, but he gave Bogdan Guskov a lot of trouble. He's very durable. He's a very durable guy, but oh man, I am probably just gonna go with Ibo Aslan here, just because he's so freaking powerful. And we did see Alkiana slow down. He went really hard in the first round himself, but then he slowed down. I'm going to trust that Aslan will learn from his mistakes against Uban, from Ion Kutalaba. I think he's going to go in there, land some big shots. And I think he'll be able to finish Billy Alkiana, who's durable, very durable. He's Polynesian. Polynesian guys typically got very good chins. But I think Ibo Aslan is going to be able to get like a TK. Maybe not like knock him out cold, but I just think the striking, he's a different level of striker. And yeah, I'm going to trust Aslan. I mean, Elkiana is going to grapple 100%. If he doesn't grapple, he'd be very silly not to. But, like, Ion Kutalaba is just the next level. Plus, he beat Anton Drakali, who, to be fair, gave him a pretty tough go of things. But he did end up getting him out of there in the third round. Shows that he's always dangerous. It doesn't matter how long into the fight it's been. He's always going to have that KO power. So we go Aslan here. Then we got Ribas versus Tabitha Ricci. I will probably go Amanda Ribas here. I think she'll probably get this one done. Ricci is just a bit of a robbery merchant. A lot of her wins, I don't think she actually won. And I mean, Ribas did just get subbed by Mackenzie Dern, I believe. But before that, she had a win over her, and she lost to Rose Namajunas. These aren't bad losses. So I'll go with Amanda Ribas. I'm not 100% sold on her here, but I'll go with her. I'm not going to overthink this fight too much. Then we have Damon Blackshear versus Davy Grant. I'm going to go Davy Grant here. I think Damon Blackshear is very good. He's actually an underdog. That's crazy. I'm actually very surprised he's an underdog here. But I really like that. I really like that he's an underdog. So that I'm gonna say that Davy Grant gets a knockout here. You know, we've seen Damon Blackshear get chinned pretty quickly against Montel Jackson. Obviously, Jackson's got incredibly large hands. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. He has like Brock Lesnar sized hands at bantamweight. But David Grant's just got that power, and the power is always present. He's a durable guy as well. He's got pretty good takedown defense as well. I don't know. David Grant always is a tough scrap, and I just think he'll be able to catch Damon Blackshear at some point in this fight. He is a lot older, but like David Grant's just he's a fucking marauder, man. People forget, man. He chinned Jonathan Martinez. So I'm going to go Davy Grant by KO. They've got Muslim Salikov versus Carlos Alil. I'm going Carlos Alil. He better get a finish, though, because last time he fought in the Middle East, he did get robbed by Renat Fakredinov, or in the fight he clearly won every round in. But I think he's going to win this fight. Muslim Salikov just hasn't looked the same lately. I know he knocked out Son Kanard, but Son Kanard is not very good, if we're going to be honest. If we're going to be objective about this. I think that Carlos Alil is going to go out there. He's going to pressure Muslim Salikov, put on the pace, get him against the fence. I think he's going to knock him out. You know, Muslim Salikov's chin's just sort of gone at this point, and he's a lot older. Like, what's the age difference here? It's going to be about 10 years. Yes, literally 10 years. Exactly 10 years. I think that Carlos Alil is going to be able to go out there and he's going to put on a bad beating. I mean, look what he did to Alex Morono, man. People forget, man. Alex Morono. Yeah, I mean, Morono I don't rate very highly, but he did just go out there and he beat the absolute shit out of him. You know, people don't typically beat up Moreno like that. So that was a good performance. So I'm going to go Carlos Alil. Then we got Bryce Mitchell versus Sedna Magomedov. I got Sedna Magomedov by ninja choke. I mean, I just don't like the move up. I mean, I don't mind the move up for Bryce Mitchell, but this is just a terrible matchup for him. I mean, Sed can definitely be broken. He can definitely be taken down. I mean, Bryce Mitchell probably has the better cardio, so that's like something he's got to look forward to here. But I just think he's going to clearly probably get subbed. I think he's going to shoot a takedown in his neck. He's going to get snatched up. And he can't strike with Sed either. On the feet, it's going to be very one-sided for Sed on the feet, I feel like. So I'm going to go Sed Nurmagomedov by submission in this fight. And that's typically seems where Bryce Mitchell loses. He gets hurt and then he gets subbed. Besides Josh Emmett chin again. But it would be cool if Bryce Mitchell was to win, because I think he could actually have some success in the bantamweight division, but this is just one of the tougher matchups for him. Then we got Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. Ooh, this is a tough fight. This is actually a very tough fight. I think I'm going to go Bogdan Guskov. I don't rate Guskov too highly, but Nikita Krylov doesn't typically get chinned, and the fact that he got brutally chinned out cold his last fight is very worrying. He looked really bad, and that was after almost 2 years off. It was 2 years off, yeah. So I'm actually gonna go with Bogdan Guskov here. I think he's just gonna catch Nikita Krylov. I think Krylov's chin is going a little bit. Plus, he's turned around pretty damn quickly. He got knocked out in, did I say April? He got knocked out in April. He got knocked out in April. He's back in July. I don't like that. That's way too soon to come back and get the big power puncher like Guskov. The only way Guskov wins this fight is by catching you. And they give you one of those powerful guys on the come up. Like, I don't think that Guskov's like some crazy prospect by any means, but he is powerful, and I just can see Krylov getting catched right on the chin. So I'm going to go Bogdan Guskov here. Then we have Azu Almabaya versus Jose Ochocha. I'm going to go Jose Ochocha. I picked Cody Durden to beat Jose. And, he had some success in the first round, but it was pretty much all Jose. And I think Jose showed some good takedown defense. He showed some composure in there as well when things were getting a bit tough. Not that it was like a super tough fight, but I like Jose Ochocha. He had a very competitive fight with Lona Kavanagh. that some people thought he won. I think he's a very good prospect. Trains at shoot box, pressure forward style. I've never rated Azu Almabayev either. I don't think he's that good. I think Usyk would have destroyed him if they would have fought. And I think Jose Ochocha is going to go in there. I think he's going to put on a masterclass performance. I think he gets maybe a late stoppage, to be honest with you guys. I think he gets a third round TKO. He's going to break Azu Almabayev. Then we have Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going to go with Shara Magomedov, but this fight's a lot closer than people think because Marc-Andre Barriault is a pressure style. He goes wrestling. He's trying to gas you out. We've seen Shara Bullet sort of like not gas out fully, but we have seen him get taken down. We've seen him slow down before. If Marc-Andre Barriault can get that pace going and not get chinned, he could definitely has a good shot at this fight. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but that being said, I think that Shara Bullet will probably catch him with some like sort of unorthodox kick that will put Marc-Andre Barriault out. So I'm going to Shara Magomedov by TKO. Then we have Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. I'm going Peter Yan, third round TKO. I can't see a world where Peter Yan loses to this dude, you know. Like Marcus McGee is coming off some of the worst level of competition. Besides Jonathan Martinez, he's fought some of the biggest bottom feeders at bantamweight. Maybe he goes in there and he shocks the world here, but I just can't see it, to be honest with you guys. I just think he's out of his depth here. He'll probably win the first round because Peter Yan does start a bit slow, but I think Yan will probably start a bit faster this fight because it's a free rounder. You typically don't see him in too many free rounders. He beat Song Yadong in a free rounder. He was all right there, and I rate Song Yadong a bit higher than Marcus McGee. McGee seems powerful. Maybe he could hurt Peter Yan at some point, but I reckon Peter Yan going to put on a masterclass performance. He's going to really get the striking going at the end of the first round, second round, and I think by the third round, I think Marcus McGee is going to get brutally beaten up and he's going to get stopped. So I'm going to go Peter Yan, third round stoppage. But if you're going to bet on Marcus McGee, just bet on him by first round KO or something like that, or decision really, like KO or decision. I mean, I'm not really saying anything too crazy. Either bet on him by first round KO or bet on him by decision, because if Marcus McGee is going to win, he either has to get him out of there in the first round, or he's going to start really fast, win the first round, and then maybe he wins like the second round. Because the first round, he will almost certainly win the first round, I think. So this is like a very approachable matchup because he's a bit of a fast starter, so maybe he can steal 2 rounds, but I think Peter Yan's going to win. But I'm saying if you're going to put a little betty bet on any of these underdogs that I don't think are going to win, Marcus McGee is one of the ones where I'm like, he's got a good shot here. He has a good shot, but I do think Peter Yan will get him done. I think Peter Yan's going to get him out of there. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that fight. Then we got the main event. Robert Whittaker versus Reina de Ritter. I'm going to go Reina de Ritter. I'm sorry to all my Aussies out there. But I have to go with Reina de Ritter. He's long, he's rangy. Rob doesn't typically do the best against guys who have long reach. He's not really, typically Rob does the worst against technical strikers. And Reina de Ritter by no means is a technical striker. Let's just be honest here. But he's long. He's got good grappling. He fights sort of similar to Dricus du Plessis. He's got a longer reach than Dricus. I think he's going to catch Whittaker with a lot of big shots that typically, most people wouldn't be able to land, but just because of his long reach, I think he's going to be able to land them. I think he's going to be a lot better in the clinch here than Rob. If they clinch up, I think he's just going to knee repeatedly Whittaker in the body, knee. I think he can get the takedowns here. I like Reina de Ritter to get this one done. I like Robert Whittaker. I like both these guys. I'm Aussie, but I'm also got Dutch ancestry, so this is a tough fight for me to predict because obviously it's like picking between my mum and my dad. But I'm gonna go Reina de Ritter. I think he's gonna get this one done, and I think he's gonna get a submission. I think he's gonna have Whittaker hurt with like a body shot, and he's gonna snatch up a guillotine or something. He's gonna snatch something up, maybe a Das. They used to call him the Dark Knight, which is what they actually used to also call Tony Ferguson. But I see Reina de Ritter getting this one done by submission. So I'm going to go Reina de Ritter by submission in this fight. But let me know who you guys have. Make sure you subscribe. Put on notifications if you aren't got them on already. Donate. And also become a member. I got to mention this now. I have memberships. If you guys want to become a member, it's as easily as $2 a month. And it just goes a long way with helping me build the channel and turning this into something productive. But if not, all good. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure you like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh wow, I really sped through this card. Oh my god. Wow, I did not realize I sped through this so quickly. Oh my god. I mean, there's 12 fights, but like, did I miss a fight? I did. Bus Marcus. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't miss any fights. Okay, well, that's there's not really much else I can say here, guys. But yeah, that's my little quick pick prediction. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.